Hey Hooper, it's Deanne Love here, and in this tutorial we're going to do some troubleshooting with these upper body breaks. In the last tutorial we did a body awareness exercise. If you haven't done that, then there will be links down below. In fact, everything that I refer to in this tutorial, links down below. There's a lot, so you're going to find a huge resource down there as well, but stay with me. If you don't have your hoop, now is a good time to go get it. Get whatever size you're feeling. Just go with a feeling for now, because what we're going to look at is troubleshooting these upper body breaks just hand to hand for now. And once we can start to feel a little bit more fluid with these, then we'll go on to some variations. So that will be later on in this series. Okay, so one other thing that you might like to do is let me know in the comments down below what is up, like what is happening. What are the things that after you're doing the body awareness or practicing these breaks for a while, or maybe coming back to them after a while, you're noticing always kind of feels a little bit clunky, or you just can't get, or you don't quite understand. Because if you let me know in the comments below, I'll try to either reply or do a vid. I might do a tutorial. So coming in to your body, and if you haven't had a little dance party yet and you haven't like rocked out and kind of like dropped into this space, to this awareness, then do that. Sip in a big deep breath, actually quite a few, and then land here with me. Shake those knees, wobble that booty, unlock your incredibly divine spine, and let's get into it. So come into your hand-to-hand breaks. Doesn't matter if they're feeling fluid, clunky, and what I want you to start to notice, come into the feet, into the hips, into the belly, into the breath, into the hands, into the heart space, aligning your spine naturally. Let's see if we can go hand to hand. We need to practice here. Hand to hand. Now, one of the things that might be coming up for you is that you're finding your hoop going up to your neck like this. Maybe that's happening for you, and if it's not, come back to your practice. It's a good time to practice. If this is happening, chances are that one of two things is going on for you. You are either angling your hoop up by using your push to actually push your hoop towards your neck. And sometimes you won't even be aware that you're doing this. And what you might be doing, instead of batting the hoop back and forward, you're catching your hoop, and as you catch it, there's a lot of force in that catch. The other side will be angling up and you're going to throw it up that way, or similar, like maybe you're not actually catching it. So what you want to be mindful of is the next time the hoop comes into, and this is happening really fast, so give yourself a little bit of extra space to do that, to give yourself some extra space so you can start to turn a little, so you get a swivel kind of effect in your upper body spine, an opening in your hips, so that can give you a little bit more space. You can, if your hands are really close together, like super close right here, maybe you're getting all bunched up and you're kind of throwing, so you can give yourself a little bit of space by coming out just far enough. So you don't want to come too far and that your hoop drops, and then you don't want to be too close in that you're throwing it or bouncing it all around. So you're really playing with like, how much space can I take up little by little? And so once you have got that space sorted out, if you're still finding that the hoop is going up towards your neck, be really mindful of your hand placements. So are you, without even realizing it, so you can video yourself or watch yourself in a mirror, are you using your thumbs a little bit too much to grab, or are your fingers gripping over? If they are, and the force is causing your hoop to go on an angle, then perhaps soften. So we're looking for space and position of the hands. And then the second thing that might be happening is you have a lot of extra upper body movement. It's cool. I love this. I love getting the whole entire body into it. But perhaps what is happening for you is that your hoop, in fact, is staying quite horizontal. Your space and your hands, your timing is spot on. But as you go to push the hoop, your body is perhaps collapsing. And so if you are breaking and reversing the hoop, and then this opposite side shoulder goes down, then the hoop is going to naturally. So to troubleshoot, give yourself a little bit more space, perhaps put in a swivel, be super mindful of your hands, and then notice if there is a stopping point where your hoop is either dropping or you're grabbing and popping. So Another thing that might be happening for you is, yes, your hoop is dropping like this. Is that happening? Let me know. And so what you're then doing is you're compensating by trying to hook and grab and keep it up and work against gravity. Okay. Hoopers know how to work with gravity. And that comes with the position, the pace, the timing, the breath. And so, again, be mindful. Imagine that you have like cups of whatever your favorite thing, crystals, tequila, I don't mind what it is, whatever you're loving, you don't want to spill them, right? Because if you're getting too wobbly, I mean, I love a good wobble, I love all of this, but when your learning breaks, what you want to be mindful of is just imagine, you know those really cool, what are they? There's like a spirit level. That's what they call it, right? Where it has that bubble inside. And so if you tip too much or the bubble goes outside of the lines. Now we love living outside of the lines, but for this practice and this troubleshooting, we want to keep the bubble in the center. Can you imagine your upper body, your shoulder girdle being that spirit level? And if you're all wobbly, you're gonna look super cool, but you might not quite hit the mark in the learning phase, So keeping that spirit level hyper aware, keeping the shoulders aligned, the hands become these beautiful puffy pillows that shock absorb the hoop from side to side. And another troubleshooting tip is that you don't need a lot of force, you don't need a lot of pace. In fact, you wanna work with going to that edge where you are so light as a feather that you're finding you have just enough force to get it from one side to the next. So if you are pushing really fast, by the time, or hard, fast, lots of force, all of the things, by the time it gets to your other hand, you're likely, especially if you're quite rigid, not only is it going to bounce and drop and ricochet and do all of these things that you're like, wow, full chaos, out of control. So, spirit level, breath. The breath and the spirit level live together. They reside in the body. And then, gentle. Now, too gentle? Yeah, not going to work. No, not gentle enough. Too wild, too much energy. So we're looking for that middle road. We're going down that path. Is anyone? No, not going to go into the full. I was going to, Sujata, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Link below. So the middle road, gentle spirit level, side to side, hand to hand. Find a rhythm that allows you to unlock, where your fingers open up and you are imagining that you have this painted line. So imagine, here's another little imagery for my imaginative creative learners, which is like all of us really. Inside of the hoop, painted with your favorite color. Of course, my favorite color is rainbow. So I'm going to be painting, imagining that I am painting a rainbow path all the way across the front of my body. It might even wrap around, like I might even get it all the way around, and that is going to be the imagery that I bring in. My hands are pillows, my spirit level is on. Breath is rhythmic, smooth. Okay, what else might be happening for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Is your hoop popping up? Is your hoop popping down? Are you giving it too much force? If there is something else, I would love to hear from you before we wrap up this tutorial here. Let's get a little bit dancey. Let's get a little bit loose, because in the next tutorial, we're going to look at how we can bring in some more movement, some freedom, and some variations. So the next time that your hoop comes into your right hand, I'm going to invite you to give it enough energy, and you're going to go around with it and then break with your left hand. Let's just see what happens here. Because when we get to one point where we're feeling pretty comfortable, where we're feeling like, yeah, I got this, let's build in a little bit more. So come back to hand-to-hand awareness. If you put your hoop down and you're sending me a comment about something that you're having trouble with and you're troubleshooting, all good. But if not, let's see if we can do break, full circle, break full circle. Go back to the body awareness. What happens? Feet, hips, hands, spirit level, breath, heart center. And one last little bit of homework. And we'll come back next week and play with it. Let's go. Hand, 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 hand. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. You can slow down the pace, speed up the pace, but we're not losing any of those connections, any of that embodiment, spirit level, soft hands, and then hand, 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 circle, hand, 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 oh, circle. You put me off. I put me off. And circle. So we're now making a pattern. And if that pattern for you is not feeling okay, something else that you can do is hand, 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 2 circles. Do you see that? 2 circles. Just something to play with. So the body doesn't circle, the hoop does its full circle, and you'll notice that your hips go from side to side. I'm going to leave it there so you get to play, explore, and come back next week where we look at some variations and how we can bring some new movement into breaking down the breaks. Big hoop love from me to you. Mwah.